Now, let's turn to the story. It's official. The coalition, or the marriage, if you like, between Action SA and the Democratic Alliance in the city of Tshwane is over. This was confirmed by Action SA leader Herman Mashaba. The party says it is yet to decide on whether it will back the ANC next week in the motion of no confidence against the city mayor, Celia Brink. Let's speak now to Action SA's Gauteng leader, Funzi Ngobeni. Funzi, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. What does this decision by your Senate mean? Are you completely out of the multi-party charter?
Good evening, Tavo, and good evening to your viewers. We are completely out of the multi-party coalition in the city of Tshwane. Our time there with those colleagues is over. And this was a decision that was taken by the Senate of Action SA, which is the highest decision-making body, and a decision which was communicated to our structures, our members in Gauteng, who congregated in Atteridgeville over the weekend on Saturday at at our Imbizo. Yeah. So this decision, Tabo, I mean, it's a culmination of a lot of things that has happened. Firstly, with the results of the 2024 national and provincial election, that then followed with a pronouncement by the DA to engage with the ANC to form coalitions, grand coalitions in metros like Tshwane, Johannesburg, and Ekurhuleni. We saw that being confirmed by Helen Zille around the 2nd of July, confirming that they are indeed in engagement with the ANC to form those type of coalitions. And Action SA took a decision, I mean, to say we're not going to wait for the DA to remove us. We're not going to wait for them to have these conversations with the ANC behind our backs and eventually remove us. We thought, let's engage our structures to find out what steps should we take going forward, and we had to do what we call a comprehensive review process where we engaged with them. We also, collected data, also, did a polling and so forth. So all that really informed the decision that was taken.
Did they indicate they intend to remove you? Why the preemptive strike?
Yeah, look, I mean, we have seen this movie before. I think it must be clear, Tabo, that here we are dealing with a political party that clearly has demonstrated that they want to liquidate us. They want to see us gone and finished. I think there are comments and recently and how they feel that we have betrayed them, when in fact we have been a loyal partner throughout. I mean, a loyal partner in the city of Johannesburg, where we defended their own mayor. And Popala, you remember, Tabo, that in the city of Johannesburg, we even offered to give away 2 of our positions so that we can stabilize that government. But the DA, because they have their own plans, collapsed that government, and we couldn't trust anything that was happening. This is the same DA that before the 2024 elections were sending signals, to all of us that indeed they're intending to work with the ANC after the elections. And maybe someone can say we were naive not to actually respond to those signals, because eventually, exactly after the elections, they were seen to be in bed with the same ANC, left the multi-party charter without even saying goodbye.
So they insist that you are the ones who are putting the multi-party into jeopardy. They are saying we are still committed to the multi-party coalition partners.
Well, they have not demonstrated that. I mean, engaging with the ANC behind our back without engaging with us. I mean, they have not denied that. This has been in the news. You can see the newspapers where Helen Zille confirmed, Solin Simang confirmed, even the mayor himself also confirming that they are meeting with the ANC. But they will spin it and say, no, we're not meeting to remove the Action SA. Why didn't they take us into those conversations with the ANC if really they wanted to keep us? So we had to make sure that we defend our own brand, our own reputation, and not fall prey to them again like they did previously. So we took this decision well informed by the living experience of our people as well in Tshwane, especially members of Action SA that have been raising issues about a lopsided service delivery that is happening in Tshwane, where townships and informal settlements are not really being taken care of. And as Action SA, we were a partner there, raising these concerns on every time and not being listened to. So it's a decision that had to be taken, and now we are looking forward to seeing whether we can be able to strike a new deal and ensure that the stability is retained in the municipality, that we then continue to give service delivery to our people in Tshwane.
So are you saying your existence there as deputy mayor position was not helping? Because part of the conversation I had, the deputy mayor was your member, was that she's going to actually overlook the implementation of service delivery in the townships where there's a lot of complaints that it's not getting there.
Yeah, I must give credit to her. In fact, and you'll remember that even this position, the same position we are referring to, it took almost 3 years before the DA agreed to implement it. It's only recently, in this year, that the deputy mayor was elected, and after that struggle. But she has done quite a lot to try and really rescue the situation there. I think the issue of the Hammanskraal, water issue there, she has championed it since she arrived, and now we are seeing progress, in regards to that. But you can't do that alone when we've got MMCs of utilities, of water and energy, who are sleeping on the job, who are not doing anything. In fact, who are focusing on something else out there and not focusing on the work that they have to do. And we see the mayor, doing a PR exercise, claiming to be the best mayor across the country, when in actual fact, the numbers are saying something different. If you look at the SDBIP performance of the municipality that he is leading, they are not meeting targets, any target in regards to that, And this is a failure of leadership on his part, and he must stop with the PR exercise, claiming that he's the best mayor that we have ever seen. And the work that the deputy mayor has done so far, it's greater than what they've done in the past. And we want to continue with that service delivery as Action SA.
Did you get any commitment then from the ANC Gauteng that they are not going to go into an arrangement with the Democratic Alliance?
Yeah, so the Senate of Action SA gave the president a full mandate to go and negotiate with all parties in that council. The ANC, obviously, we have had preliminary discussions with them, so that those discussions will start now. And once the president has managed to secure a majority that can be able to elect a mayor very soon in Tshwane, we'll be able to announce that. But I must also underline this, Thabo, that in the event that we are able to find each other with the ANC and other partners, the Senate and the members of Action SA have said, look, if that happens, we'll then go into opposition. What we will not do is to defend this DA mayor when the motion of no confidence is tabled on the table.
So you are going to abstain. I heard Herman Mashaba speaking about that. What are you saying? You're saying you're not going to defend him. Are you going to vote for the motion of no confidence or against the motion of no confidence?
Yeah, so I'm saying in the event that there is no agreement or a new deal that is signed and that we are able to reach, we will go into an opposition, meaning that we will not vote to defend this mayor. I think, they can be able to bring all those people that have the canvas to sign the petition. They can bring all those Twitter bots that they've been unleashing on the Action SA to come and vote for him. And our 19 councillors will not defend him. And we will then go into the opposition as Action SA if that needs to be. So,
the narrative is you are then allowing the doomsday, so to speak, coalition to take place between the ANC and the EFF. Is that your ideal setup?
Our ideal is to form a government with the ANC and other parties that are in that council. We will want to lead that municipality if all negotiations go well. But I wouldn't want to preempt those discussions because that will be dangerous. I think the president must be allowed to go and engage and see and get the best deal for the people of Tshwane and for Action SA. And as I said, I mean, we hope that that will happen. But in the event things go wrong, because this is politics, you know, anything can happen. We will go into opposition, and that would mean that whoever that will be voted in, whether it's the DA and the ANC or whoever, you know, will then take over and run the municipality. But the ideal situation is for us to be able to continue as Action SA, working with other partners to be able to then turn around the city of Tshwane and make sure that this delivery continues to be delivered to all our people, not only in the suburban area, but delivered to all residents of Tshwane.
How strong are your numbers there? I mean, the ANC has now taken this decision to say they're no longer keen on this idea of smaller parties taking the mayoral chain. So how strong are your numbers to be able to convince them to that deal?
Look, I mean, no one party has a majority there in that council, and all parties need to obviously look at each other and get the numbers together so that they can be able to conjure obviously a majority, and that is why we are engaging with a party like ANC. We're engaging with other parties that will be in that council so that we can be able to get to over 180 votes that will then give us a majority. That is possible, and having done the numbers and come obviously the day where we have to elect a mayor, you will actually see that you know, the numbers are there for us to be able to continue running that municipality and being able to deliver services.
What gives you confidence that that alliance that you're talking about, the alternative, will work, one, but two, will last?
Look, I think we have always said, Thabo, I mean, as Action SA, that you know, it's possible to have a stable coalition. The president, Herman Mashaba, when he was running the city of Johannesburg with a minority government and relying on the EFF to vote with him on issue-by-issue basis, he managed to do so for 3 years, uninterrupted, giving the best services to our people there in Johannesburg. And he did that because he respected all his partners. He respected even the EFF, who was not in the coalition with him. He managed to listen to all to them and get their inputs, and at all times, you know, credit them for the work that that was being achieved there. And he was not arrogant. He didn't call in people's names. He was able to then ensure that there's harmony and people are able to work together with respect. That is, unfortunately, seems to be an impossible task for some parties like the DA. But I can confirm and tell you, you know, that as Action SA will be able to do so if we are given an opportunity to lead, and we'll get all the parties to understand that, you know, at the bottom, you know, it is actually the people that must be served, and we must all put our differences aside and be able to look at what is best for the residents of Tshwane. So that will happen under our guidance. We have done this before, as you know, those that have worked with Mr. Mashaba in the city of Johannesburg, even when we were working with the DA, when Mpopalatso was the mayor in the city of Johannesburg. As Action SA, we did everything possible to stabilize that municipality, but the DA had other ideas of collapsing that municipality. So we will definitely be able to work with them, Thabo. I think given an opportunity, we'll definitely make sure that we deliver and prove to the people of Tshwane that it's actually not a spin doctoring. It's not going to the media and using propaganda. It's actually being on the ground, doing the work, ensuring that you collect, you know, refuse, that you make sure that your turnaround time in terms of dealing with water outages, turnaround time in terms of fixing traffic lights, and doing all kinds of things that can be done, you know. And we were doing that. I mean, you remember that in the city of Johannesburg, we had 3 MMCs. I was one of them, and we were doing quite a lot, you know, turning around, you know, our departments. But I think, you know, that threatened the Democratic Alliance, and they decided the best way of actually going out of that was to collapse that municipality.
Right.
But we are here now, and we are availing ourselves. We have made a decision that we will not continue with the DA, but now we are starting negotiations with those that are in council who would be willing to work with us and ensure that we are able to then continue to work for the residents of Tshwane.